creators, you know how finding funding for your project can feel like a full-time job.
That's a lot of F's.
Well, we are breaking down some smart strategies you can use to fund your next project without losing your freaking mind.
But first, we're talking crowdfunding. Is it the golden ticket? Or is it a waste of time? Or is it a waste of time? Let's get into it.
All right. Hey, everyone. I'm Annette.
I'm Naomi.
And this is
That's a Wrap,
your podcast about film and TV from an independent point of view. And so what are we talking about today?
We're talking about crowdfunding. I'm hyped. I'm hyped. Okay, crowdfunding.
Crowdfunding got her hyped.
Let's talk pros and cons of crowdfunding. So crowdfunding is basically using platforms like Kickstarter or Indiegogo, Seed and Spark. There's several.
Yeah.
To basically fundraise for your film project, right? Film, TV, web series, whatever you're trying to do. We have used it a couple of times. We've used it a couple of times.
Yeah, I think really we used it properly. Well, I don't think we really used it properly at all, but one time.
I think we used it properly.
We used it properly.
Yeah, because we knew we had to spend time with it. We knew that we were going to have to build it. We had the capacity, great EP who was really kind of managing it.
Mm-hmm.
But the other time, we were at wit's end. We were kind of broken.
You said kind of broken.
We were contemplating all kinds of things. We were just probably not in the best headspace. And honestly, we weren't prepared. Like, we didn't have it as something we were planning to do from the beginning.
No, we didn't have a marketing strategy for it whatsoever. It was,
but
it was built on two things.
Yeah. Hope and a prayer.
Hope and a prayer.
Our usual go-to. Hope and a prayer.
Seriously. It was, but also, and I say we never really did it properly, only because I studied under Joanne Butcher. So go to her IG. We'll add like description and we'll add her contact in the description if you're looking to really learn how to fund your film properly,
efficiently,
because
effectively.
What she said, because one thing, and I'm only going to give out one key thing that she taught us, is that before your campaign goes live, you have needed to have raised 10% of your total. So if you're trying to raise 5,000, you need to raise
500.
Before it goes live. So it's not before it goes public.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Because it's already live. So it goes live and you're out there cold calling people.
Begging and pleading.
And for them to go to that link, you send them the link and then they go to the link and then they add the money. So then when it goes live to the masses, when Joe Schmo logs on,
Jerisha Schmo.
When
you weren't ready for that.
When Jerisha Schmo comes on there, I see that there's $500.
Yes.
So I'm more willing to give money because somebody else gave money.
And that's the psychology of it, right? When people are going through these campaigns to see what people are doing and what sort of fundraising, if you're looking at somebody's like Indiegogo page and you see, oh snap, they need 5,000, but they've already raised $1,000. So that's telling me somebody
believes
in this project.
So let me believe in it too.
Let me just take some time and read through and see if it's something that I would be interested in.
Yeah.
And then, move forward from there. Yeah. So a couple of the pros. What I like about the crowdfunding is like you have a direct connection to your potential audience, right? Like you're going directly to the people. Right. And it does create a sense of freedom because it gives you have full control of this project, right? You're not necessarily out there with investors where you got to kind of answer to other people.
Yeah. Getting notes.
But I do like that direct connection to the people. What you got?
It's the direct connection. I think because you can build however you wanted to build it. So it's creative freedom. What
about the perks?
I mean, but I think that's in that creative freedom.
Yeah. I mean, you're offering this audience some type of reward for donating their money, right? So I think it's great when you give great perks. I have seen some campaigns that give. I was just like, oh my god, like, that sounds amazing.
You really,
but
it's
that salesmanship, right? It's enticing these, whoever lands on your page to like read through and go, oh, okay, I may, I'll give you some money because it sounds like it's pretty cool.
Right.
Let me go look at the perks and see what I can get out of it.
Right. What is $50 or $100 going to give me? But I think that's in that creative freedom. And it's not that I don't like crowdfunding. I do. I think I just have more cons.
Like my list starts with the cons. All right.
Because you go ahead.
No,
you have any other?
Really, I think another last one was like faster funding, right? You can get your money. You could potentially get your money a lot faster going through the crowdfunding route than say grants.
Oh, okay.
There are other avenues that you can go.
And it's more
and pleading. Right.
But I think even, if we're lining it up with grants, it's still not secure.
True. You can put all of your creativity, your creative prowess into this campaign. People come on, read it, go through it, and then decide, right? For me, as an introvert, believe it or not, it's harder for me to go to someone and say, hey, let me tell you about my project. And you can ask me all your questions. And ultimately, at the end of this, I need you to give me some money for this project. I need you to give me some money. Like, for me, there is, even though you have a direct access to your audience by them finding your page, I don't know. It just gives, like, I'm not as stressed about trying to sell it.
How are they going to find your page? Right?
What did we say before?
Hope and a prayer. So that's why I'm just like,
to the cons.
But my cons is just like, again, it requires strong marketing efforts.
Yes, it does.
Like, I got to put time into this.
Yeah.
Like, I'll forward you some reels.
That's where my life is now. Reels.
I forward some reels, and I use stories the wrong way because I put reels on there. That's just like hilarious. But anyway, it requires strong marketing efforts, which I am not committed to. There's no guarantee of funding. There are fulfillment obligations, like on the back end.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So t-shirts. I got to get these t-shirts together and send them out.
Yeah.
I have to get these buttons together and send them out. Okay, are we ready for the downloads?
It is time consuming with that whole marketing part, right? And then you may be on a platform that says all or nothing. You either get all the money that you're asking for or you get none of it.
Yeah.
You have to be very engaged in creating these campaigns.
Yeah.
And if you're not, it's not going to work.
And don't rely
good
on
old days.
friends and family.
No.
Because if you think, oh my God, I know all these, my cousins will help and my aunties. No, they not.
Especially if they helped you on a previous campaign. They're like, sis, you can't come back to us again.
It's like,
no, ma'am.
It's like
no,
having,
ma'am.
like, what do they have? Like baby showers and you on your third kid. It's just like, how you will be doing this on the third?
Don't you have stuff from the first two that you can use? Like, come on.
We are going to take a break.
Yes.
That was crowdfunding, pros and cons. So we'll be back in a bit. Hey, welcome back.
But before we start, we just want to ask a little something from you guys. We are trying to grow this channel, and I hope that you are getting what you need out of it as we are on this end. So please like and subscribe, comments. Let's chat, but just stay connected with us.
So we are talking
funding
your film.
Funding. Okay, so we already hit number one, which was
crowdfunding
for us, which was crowdfunding.
Yeah.
So let's talk one of our other favorites, grants
and fellowships. So it's grant season. I know that we are applying for one.
We applied for several.
Yeah, but right now we are in the process
of
applying for a grant, and you want to make sure you have your materials. You want to make sure that you go to the site and look around, see any webinars, because what you are in not a fight, but you're trying to position yourself so you can get that money. And there are about 1,000 other people.
Millions that you are jockeying for the right position to get to potentially be, not even to get the grant. You are jockeying for a position for somebody to go, let me read this application.
Yeah, exactly. Let me spend time reading it. So how you can is find out who the gatekeepers are. That's why you want to go to the site. And then jump on any webinars that they have specifically for that grant.
Yeah.
So even if you know all about it because this is your fourth time, that's okay. Jump on that webinar and
be seen.
Curate a question so that you can say, hey, everybody, my name is Annette. This is like my fourth time applying for this grant. So then they're just like, oh, wow, she's been doing this a couple of times. So they get the name with the face.
Yes. Yeah.
And then as they're sorting through the grants, they're just like,
oh
my God, that was Annette. That was that girl. So let me take a look at that.
Yeah. I think if you're applying for grants that are local to you, then I think you have a much better opportunity to either get some FaceTime or be seen than just the application, right? To kind of make that connection, if possible. But if you're applying for like national grants, when you are on their site, read the rules, the terms, read them, know them, because that's how you know whether you should apply for this thing or not.
And like crowdfunding, it takes time because you have to go through all those questions. Like what we did, we would go through the application, lift up all the questions, put it in a separate document, and then build it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes them bad boys time out and then you have to start
all over again.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
That save button is going to be your lifeline.
Yeah. Another one is finding private investors. So 3, finding private investors and sponsors.
So when we were working on the documentary, the partner that we were working with, this is the route that she was going to go into, the route of finding investors to help fund the documentary.
Yeah.
It was definitely my first experience in helping to create an investor deck, because we had our pitch deck, which was very creative, very, but now you kind of have to think with the other side of the brain, the more strategic brain,
I
right?
mean, because it's a business,
It's
right?
a business.
So,
and you're going to people and saying, I need you to help me fund this film.
right.
What's their return on investment?
Right.
You need to give them, you need to speak to them in language that they understand.
So
you can't
that distribution strategy needs to be on point.
Yeah.
You need to do your market analysis and showcase other ways that if there isn't a return, because it's a film. Come on. It's unless it gets picked up, really it's not. But what are the other ways that it can make some money? So such as like streaming and utilizing things like Film Hub so it can go someplace, and then also on demand. So
film festivals,
right?
Right,
and then and those partner with brands for sponsorship deals. I remember they were looking at some alcohol beverages, right?
Oh yes,
sponsorship deals for the particular festival.
After the documentary,
So when you're looking at the private investors and sponsors, this is really when you're stepping into the business side.
Yes.
And knowing that when you bring it in, it's like a loan, right? You have this small business and it was just you and this business. Now you bring the bank in. You're not working just for yourself now. You're working to pay back that loan now.
Right.
So you're bringing people in.
Yeah.
And so now you have to make sure your investors get their money.
Yeah.
So it changes the dynamic for you, and not necessarily for the worse, but just know that the dynamic changes. Now there are people that you have to answer to and to update.
Yeah.
Next is creative budgeting. I'm going to do that first.
Oh, okay. We're going to talk budgets again.
Everything is that budget. So cutting costs by leveraging resources. So the more money that you save without putting out, I think that really does help fund your project.
It can.
So
it absolutely can.
And building a stronger network. Trading services, in-kind donations, and innovative ways to stretch budget.
Stretch.
Try to make $1 out of 15 cents. That's just it.
Do whatever you can to raise the money, because if this is a film project that you are passionate about and you really want to complete it, and you want to get it out there, that's your art, then you will be very creative in finding. Because
if you get some sponsorships, right?
Yeah.
So say on a 3-day shoot, Crafty would be $10,000, but you got sponsorships from different places.
You're saving money,
and so you're saving that $10,000. So it's just innovative ways to stretch that budget.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and also, I guess the fifth one is the tax incentive.
Is that fifth? I feel like we talked like 8. I feel like we gave 8, but take what you can out of it.
So let's just go through them again. Crowdfunding done right, applying for grants and fellowships, private investors and sponsors, creative budgeting is 4, and then 5, tax incentives in the city and state where you have the production.
Yeah.
Just because you're in Philly, but you're shooting in Atlanta, you're not going to get the Philly tax incentives, homie. Just know that.
No.
Okay.
So those tax incentives, especially if you have a higher budget,
it helps.
That may help you a great deal. So.
But if your budget is $80,000, $800,000, $100,000, that ain't for your kid. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button. We are going to subscribe button. Subscribe.
Like and subscribe. And we will be back. See you in a bit. And we're back.
Funding your film.
Funding.
Funding.
It has fun in it, but I feel like it's not fun.
It's
funding.
Not.
In finding funding. So
there's no fun in finding funding.
For real. All right, y'all. Thank you for joining us for another episode of That's a Wrap. Like, subscribe, Comment.
Yeah.
I would love to hear, we would love to hear.
What are you doing?
What are you doing to find funding for your film?
Yeah.
Find funding for your
Are you using
film.
two of them, hope and prayer? Or are you actually using like money? So,
God and Jesus or the lottery. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. Do what you can, because this is your vision. This is your passion.
Yeah.
This is what you want to share with the world. So
yeah,
make it so.
That's a
wrap.
All right. Don't forget, be great, everybody. See you next time.